It's now 6 p.m. Snow continues for who knows how long. As can be seen, there's about 2 inches on the ground. So we have now 2 inches. And the snow continues. The snow is unfortunately falling off the trees because the temperature is slightly above freezing. So there is melting going on, unfortunately. Melting and compression is going to keep the snow totals down. But it is, as shown, 2 inches now. Christmas snow. How awesome is this? I'm dreaming of a white Christmas. Oh yeah, I'm not dreaming. Cool. Another measurement, 2 inches.
And quickly dissolves and is ready to start working instantly, relieving your toughest nose and throat symptoms fast.
Thanks, I feel like myself again.
New Alka-Seltzer Plus Nose and Throat. And now Alka-Seltzer Plus is back in its classic seltzer flavor. Alka-Seltzer Plus harnesses the power to break up your cold.
Our neighbor's truck was sitting on top of the house.
The power.
The wind was so strong.
The fury.
Unbelievable!
The drama. This January.
It looked like the scene out of a movie.
It's not a movie. It's Storm Stories, a new series only on the Weather Channel. Weeknights at 8 p.m. Eastern.
There's 3 lives that could be saved. We're definitely going to go.
Brace yourself. Starting January 6th, it's Storm Stories, only on the Weather Channel.
Storm Stories premieres January 6th on the Weather Channel. And now, here's your local on the 8s. Currently, the temperature is 34 degrees with light snow. Forecast for your area. Your extended forecast.
You're watching the Weather Channel. Live by it.
You're not just dreaming of a white Christmas, it really is one for much of the Northeast, with enough snow falling to make Frosty and all of his friends.
Pittsburgh got a light dusting of snow, but heavier snow fell in Lancaster, Pennsylvania, Detroit, and Cleveland. Now coming up, winter weather expert Paul Kosin will bring us the latest on this Christmas storm. And Merry Christmas and welcome to Weather Center. I'm Jennifer Lopez.
And I'm Warren Madden. When we say white Christmas, we really mean it here because we've had snow falling in terms of inches per hour here and very heavy snowfall. In fact, some places will have up to a foot of snow on the ground by later on tonight. Winter weather expert Paul Kosin, he's been following the system right on through, and he joins us now with the latest on this Christmas storm. Paul, this really looks like this is going to be a fairly major deal. I mean, we're talking about new records in terms of Christmas snowfalls in many locations in the Northeast.
Warren, we're looking at records even in places that haven't had the big snows. You think Buffalo, New York, they've had 8 inches for the day. That's apparently a record for the day. But we're also seeing excessive snowfalls just to the northwest of Albany. We're getting states of emergency in several counties, Otsego County, Herkimer County, all of these counties in the southern Adirondacks down through the western Catskills. We're seeing reports of 20 to 30 inches of snow most of that only falling within 6 to 12 hours. So the roads are impassable. Even the tow trucks can't get their jobs done. So a very serious situation. That's occurring right now up along this particular band right in here, just to the northwest of Albany. Also a serious situation in New York City. Snow's coming down. The roads are all snow covered. We're still going for, at least for the time being, for 3 to 6 inches of snow, depending on the movement of the snow band. Still looks like there's still a considerable amount of snow to come through the area as this low continues to move off to the east-northeast. A very intense low-pressure system. Central pressure down right now, down probably about 972 to 974 millibars. That's why we're getting wind gusts to 46 miles per hour. Even had one report before, it's a little hard to believe, but for a brief time, Belmar, New Jersey had a gust with northwesterly winds and snow 68 miles per hour. Have to verify that. Moderate snow has already moved into the Boston metropolitan area, so they're getting snow on the order of an inch an hour, as they've reported in the last hour, and very heavy snows coming out of Massachusetts. Got a call from a friend of mine in Worcester, Mass. At least 7 inches on the ground, blowing snow. That's Chris Juckins. And we're seeing significant snows coming through the state of Connecticut. A real blizzard or near blizzard occurring across much of eastern New York and western New England overnight. That storm is really going to spin up, and as it does so, we'll see the snow continuing in a variety of places. Still seeing the snow bands hanging around the New York City. We'll have to see how these bands evolve during the next several hours. We're finally seeing the low pressure center begin to move away towards the east, seeing pressure rise at a buoy just to the south of Islip, New York, with very strong winds as it's done so. So we have a storm system with very strong winds on the northwest side and on the northeast side. So we're seeing winds gusting to 40 and 50 miles per hour in this area, and along the immediate coastline, we're seeing wind gusts in excess of 40 miles per hour from a northwesterly direction, with the snow coming down in northwestern New Jersey. This is the real serious band we've been looking at during the course of the afternoon. Extends from northeastern Pennsylvania all the way across the Catskills into the area around Glens Falls, New York, into Vermont. That snow band is associated with snowfall rates of probably 3, 4, maybe even 6 inches of snow in an hour. It's just to the northwest of Albany, but that's where we're seeing some significant snows. And of course, we're seeing the snows come into the Boston metropolitan area. Those dark greens mean that heavy snow will be occurring during the next several hours. Look for at least 6 inches, especially west of the city. Let's turn it back to Warren in the studio.
Thanks, Paul. And what a mess we have out here as that low continues to wind up and bring colder air in and the very gusty winds. Here's the overall radar picture. And again, the rain still continues here. Heavy rain across the Cape, the islands, and over toward the lower part of the Narragansett Bay. But as we head farther north and west, there we run into the snow. And we've seen a snow changeover in Boston, heading out toward Worcester. Mike Seidel will be joining us here a little later on this evening to bring us more details on what's happening in the Boston metro. And as we look farther south, yeah, there we get into New York City, where still some reports of heavy snow in Manhattan. Last check I saw of the report from Central Park, some heavy snow with only quarter-mile visibility. Now, this is all just going to really add up. Again, through midnight, a large area of over a foot of snow possible from northeastern Pennsylvania up through central New England into central parts of New Hampshire, and that snow is getting whipped around by some very heavy winds, winds gusting 30 to 40 to 50 miles an hour here, southeastern Massachusetts, across much of Rhode Island and Connecticut, Long Island, and down to the lower Hudson River Valley and the coast of New Jersey. Storm warnings posted up from Eastport down to Montauk, and gale warnings from there south all the way to Georgia. So very, very windy time of it here. That wind will continue tomorrow in New York City and Philadelphia, and in its wake, coming off the lakes, we will be seeing lake effect snow get going. Watch out around Cleveland and Buffalo and even south to Pittsburgh and Charleston. Let's cover the rest of the country now with Jennifer.
Well, as we look across the rest of the country, things are pretty quiet with areas of high pressure bringing mostly clear conditions, but chilly readings, especially across the plains. And here in the west, we're watching a new storm coming onshore, bringing with it a good chance for rain as well as some windy conditions and snow into the higher elevations. The temperature is quite cold across the Midwest, the northern plains, and even down into the south. It's 40 right now, around the lower 40s into Jacksonville and 42 into Dallas. Going through the evening hours and into tomorrow morning, that area of high pressure will be bringing very cold air across the majority of the country. Our storm in the northeast exits by tomorrow afternoon. And coming into the west, that's where we'll focus our attention as a new storm enters in the picture. I
there was pain in my back. It's gone.
I have had pain in this hand, 3 surgeries, and I could open it, close it without any problem.
I'm almost speechless. I mean, the pain really just went away.
This is a Q-ray ionized bracelet. On the surface, it appears to be a normal, attractive bracelet that's extremely flexible and durable. But it's what's inside this Q-ray bracelet and hearing so many people tell us how good they feel wearing it that makes this bracelet so remarkable.
Within 10 or 15 seconds, the pain was gone. It's like an electrical charge went through my body.
And I felt this tingling throughout my body, and all of a sudden, I didn't feel the pain anymore.
Only a handful of people in the entire world know the exact process used to make these ionized bracelets. The secret is so closely guarded. But the powerful effects this bracelet can bring to people who wear it are truly extraordinary.
Wow, that is truly amazing. That'll definitely help the golf swing.
I was very skeptical. I'm a medical person, but this is the first time I haven't had pain in my elbow for 3 months.
Try a Q-ray ionized bracelet risk-free for a full 30 days. Start getting immediate relief the very first day, the very first minute you try it on, or simply return it for a full refund of your purchase price.
If you suffer from severe back pain, persistent headaches, sinus problems, foot pain, joint dysfunction, even sleeping disorders, if